on the eve of the NFL draft. Of course, you also got WrestleMania aftermath. You got the Stanley Cup playoff preview. You also got the NBA playoff preview. Before we get into all of that, let's recap what happened over the weekend at WrestleMania. Start with the Hall of Fame, obviously. Triple H got inducted, headlined by Triple H. But started the night with Lex Luger. He got inducted in the Hall of Fame. Buffalo native. Long, he had a rough go of it just to get here, but he finally did it. He got inducted in the Hall of Fame. So congrats to Lex Luger, obviously. Michelle McCool as well, who was the wife of The Undertaker. It was a good moment, too. The natural disasters got inducted in the Hall of Fame. It also had the immortal moment, which is one of the best matches of WrestleMania was Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those two actually came out, so that was cool. You got to see those two reunite, Talk about that match and all that. Had some honorary ones, too, but yeah. The Hall of Fame can go over till 4:30 in the morning, this past Friday. Yeah, so Triple H, man, that was one hell of a speech Triple H made, I'll tell you that. I mean, worth being up for that long, it was tiring the day after, but still, it was so worth it. Triple H, man. I was the first wrestler I watched before I started becoming an Undertaker fan, was Triple H, obviously. So, yeah, congratulations to Triple H, obviously being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So, it was such a hell of a speech. It was long, but it was so worth it. So, congrats to the game, Triple H. But now we get to WrestleMania Saturday. First match of the night, which surprisingly kicked off, was Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a good match. And this one, you're going to be surprised. I knew Jey Uso was going to win it, but the result of how he won. He made Gunther tapped out. The ring general tap out. I thought it would be like an Uso splash to win it, but man, he made Gunther tap out, which is rare. So, congratulations to Jey Uso, your new World Heavyweight Champion. Finally, this man, I told you was going to happen. He deserves it, man. He is your World Heavyweight Champion. I'm wondering who his first opponent's going to be for that world title, but yeah. Congrats to the main event, Jey Uso. Well deserved. Yeet! And the second match was for the World Tag Team Championships. It was a New Day versus the War Raiders. The War Raiders were the champions going into that match, but the New Day, like I told you, that experience they've had since they've been a team together, are once again tag team champions. So congrats to the New Day. They cheated their way, but hey, congrats to the New Day. Good win for them. Third match was Jade Cargill versus Naomi. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew Jade Cargill would dominate that match like she did. She beat Naomi. And boy, I think she puts herself back in the women's title picture, I think, with that win. Finally, getting revenge after Naomi attacked her from behind backstage. So that's a good win for Naomi. Jade Cargill. So good win for her. Then you had the United States Championship match. It was, LA Knight, the current champ, going up against Jacob Fatu. And that title changed hands. Jacob Fatu, your new champion. I knew he was going to win it, but man, he's the future of WWE for sure. Jacob Fatu, like I said, he was going to be the future. And this is the start of his big push. First, the U.S. title. His first singles championship now. So, congrats to him. Then you had Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Rey Mysterio couldn't compete, so he had to have a replacement, which is one of his teammates. So, yeah, El Grande Americano, I knew he was going to win that match, but I still think it's Chad Gable who's behind that mask of El Grande Americano. It's definitely Chad Gable. For sure. So, you had that happen. Then the sixth match was the WWE Women's Championship match. It was Tiffany Stratton, the current champ, taking on Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair. And I called that one. I said Tiffany Stratton was going to win. And she did. And of course, Charlotte Flair, out of gas. I don't know if she's the same Charlotte Flair we're used to seeing. So I'm telling you. Tiffany Stratton, I knew she was going to win that match. She was going to steal it. So congrats to her. She is still your WWE Women's Champion. And the main event. This one was mind-blowing. This probably the best. It was easily the best match of WrestleMania weekend for sure. What's up, Indeed Vote? Well, yeah, it was CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. You had Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. But, man, it was a great match. But then, all of a sudden, all of them were down. All of a sudden, Paul Heyman gets involved. It was no disqualification, of course, but Paul Heyman gets involved. Gives CM Punk a chair, and then all of a sudden, he turns on CM Punk. He low blows him. Which I thought, oh, goodness. I thought he was going to go back to Roman Reigns. He gives Roman the chair. He beats, and Roman starts beating on CM Punk with it. And then Paul Heyman says, go after Seth Rollins. This is your revenge from 11 years ago. He tries to go after it, and Paul Heyman turns out Roman Reigns, low blows him, a double turn. Paul Heyman, I said, was going to be the Factions match. I did not expect him to turn on both Punk and Reigns to form an alliance with Seth Rollins. That was just insane. It's a great heel turn, but all of a sudden, all I can say is, fuck you, Paul Heyman. That was CM Punk's moment. And also, how dare you turn on your tribal chief, Benedict Heyman. That's all I can say. That was my only error of WrestleMania Saturday. I went 6-1 in my picks for WrestleMania Saturday. But let's get to WrestleMania Sunday on Easter. Hope everyone enjoyed their Easter, but let's get into WrestleMania Sunday. It started with the triple threat match for the women's world title. It was Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Io Sky is the current champ. But this was a surprise you. I thought Rhea Ripley was going to win, and she lost. So Io Sky, still your women's champion. I cannot believe it. It really should have been Rhea Ripley that should have won that match. But give props to Io Sky, though. She is still the champ. That's why she's a champ for a reason. So that was your first match to kick off WrestleMania Sunday. Then you also had the Sin City Street fight between, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. And once again, Drew McIntyre found a way to win. I said it. This was building up for it. Drew McIntyre got the win. He capitalized and got the win there. Third match of the night was for the Intercontinental Champion, the 4-4 match. Braun Breaker, the current champ, and then you had Penta. You also had Finn Balor. I also had Dirty Dom. This is my big upset pick, and I got that right. Dirty Dom, your new Intercontinental Champion. I called it last week, a week ago on the show. So, Dirty Dom, your new Intercontinental Champion. So that was another one right there. Then you had AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. And this one I did not see coming. Logan Paul, I knew Logan Paul was going to put up a good match, but Logan Paul won because Karrion Kross got involved. Seriously, God, AJ Styles should not worried about the brass knucks and Karrion Kross. He should have just handled business. So that's on AJ Styles for losing that match. Then you had the women's tag team champions, Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Bayley got injured the night before, got attacked, so she couldn't compete. So Lyra Valkyria had to find a new partner. And this one surprised me. Becky Lynch, the man, returns to WWE. She came out there, and her and Valkyria are the new tag team champions. But it was short-lived because Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez got their titles the night after. But yeah, I lost that match, though. Then the main event. Well, actually, before that, this one I didn't have on my picks. Randy Orton was supposed to face Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens couldn't compete because of neck injury. So his replacement opponent was the current TNA champion, Joe Hendry. And it was the squash match. Randy Orton beat him pretty easy. So I didn't have that in my picks. I didn't know Randy Orton was going to have a match or not. So, but yeah, congrats to Orton on his 20th WrestleMania match with a win. And the main event, the biggest main event of the year, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. The biggest reason why, and Cena is your new WWE Undisputed Champion. He breaks Flair's record. History was made this past Easter Sunday. Cena is your new world champion. Not only that, he said he was going to ruin wrestling, and sure enough he did, because he had help from Travis Scott, who was sent by The Rock. Travis Scott was the big reason why John Cena is your new world champion. Congrats to Cena. So I went 3-3 on WrestleMania Sunday, but my overall record was 9-4 in my WrestleMania picks. So those are the WrestleMania notes. That wraps up that. Now let's do my NBA picks recap. Of course, the play-in tournament was last week. It started with, it started last week on Tuesday with the Grizzlies Grizzlies losing the Warriors. Then you had the Magic beating the Hawks. And Wednesday's elimination ones, you had the Heat beating the Bulls. Then you had the Mavericks beating the Kings. And then elimination Friday, you had to finish out the play-in tournament was pretty much, the Hawks getting eliminated by the Heat, so the Miami Heat are in. And then the final play-in game, the Grizzlies beat the Mavs. So that rest of the play-in tournament. Let's preview the NBA playoffs. Who I got winning each round. Let's start my Boston Celtics against the Magic. Easily, the Celtics are going to win that one. And I think my Boston Celtics are going to repeat as champs for a second year ago. So I got the Celtics over the Magic. I got the Cavs beating the Heat. I got this is my big upset, the Pistons over the Knicks. Then I got the Bucks to lose the Pacers for the second straight year. So I got the Pacers winning that one. So those are my matchups for the Eastern Conference for the first round. My prediction that one. The second, then the Western Conference. The Warriors upset series. Then I got, in the NBA playoffs. I got the Nuggets still somehow fight fire Mike Malone. I think they'll beat the Clippers. They'll win that series. And to cap it off, what was that other playoff game? Well, oh yeah, the Lakers beating the Timberwolves. I got the Lakers beating the Timberwolves. So yeah, those are my first round picks. Now let's move on to Stanley Cup playoffs real fast. Because my Stanley Cup my bracket I filled out, I got, the Hurricanes beating the Devils in 5 games. I got the Capitals sweeping the Canadiens in 4 games. And my upset pick is the Senators to beat the Maple Leafs. And then to finish out the Eastern Conference, I got the Panthers beating the Lightning for the 2nd straight year in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Western Conference, I got the Minnesota Wild as my other upset pick to beat the Vegas Golden Knights. I got the Oilers beating the LA Kings for the 4th straight postseason. The Central Division, I got the Jets winning that series over the Blues. And I got the Avalanche getting revenge on the Dallas Stars. So those are my NHL predictions for the first round and all that. Now, let's get into the main event of the draft. It is tomorrow, live in Green Bay. I'm not a fan of the Packers. I'm not a fan of the location, obviously, because I'm a Packer hater. But it's going to be a good night as usual. NFL draft, as usual. Boo Roger Goodell, like you always do, fans. Don't disappoint at all, first of all. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what my Buffalo Bills are going to do. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Virginia Tech players from my favorite college team getting drafted, too. So, it's going to be amazing. And, of course, my second favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm wondering what they're going to do because of the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Are they going to draft a quarterback or not? But without further ado, let's get into this big draft board. So, last year, or since 2021 also, I've been in this draft big board with one of my buddies, my dad's buddy, Billy Anastasia. So yeah, I go to his house every year during the draft, the first round. We put our 32 picks, $20 entry. It's fun. I'm telling you. I'm looking forward to that party again, going back there tomorrow night, just like last year. So let's get to our first pick. With the first pick in the 2025 NFL draft, I think the Tennessee Titans will select Cam Ward. That's a no-brainer. Cam Ward's the first pick in the draft for sure. I got him for sure going to Tennessee Titans. So that's the first pick of the draft, in my opinion. Then the second pick, I think Abdul Carter goes next. Everyone's saying it's going to be Travis Hunter. I think it's going to be Abdul Carter because him and Myles Garrett together for the Browns, that'd be insane. So I think I got Abdul Carter as number 2 on my draft board. Number third pick, Ashton Jeanty, running back out of Boise State. I think he's going to be a surprise. I think he's going to be number 3 in this one. So I got Ashton Jeanty in this one. I got Jeanty for number 3, my big board. Shut up, Bear. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday night. Obviously, being here at Instagram Mick on this NFL draft special. But I got my 4th pick, Travis Hunter. He is a special player, I'll tell you that. Playing both wide receiver and defensive back. He is, wherever TV goes to, he's going to be fun to watch. I don't know how he is amazing at college. Your current Heisman Trophy winner. Did well with Deion Sanders for 2 years in Colorado. Also played for him in Jackson State. So, tell you, this is a special player for sure. I can't wait to see him. He's definitely a top 5 draft pick for sure. Next, I got Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State. Another Penn Stater going in the draft, just like Abdul Carter. That's my 5th pick is Tyler Warren. He's probably the first tight end to go in the draft. The next, Jedi Barron, number 6. And Colston Loveland, my 7th pick in the draft is Colston Loveland, the tight end from Michigan. Matthew Golden, 8th pick in the draft. On my first 8 picks, I got Matthew Golden. I got Will Johnson at 9. My 9th pick in the draft, Will Johnson. Then my 10th pick in the draft, Mason Graham. Next, the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL draft, Jalen Walker. The 12th pick in the NFL draft, Omarion Hampton, running back, Carolina. So my 12th pick is Omarion Hampton. So I've seen him play in the ACC for Carolina. I get he's a senior, but man, he would have been so good if he would have stayed one more year with Bill Belichick. He would really have been a stud already more, but yeah, he's definitely a first rounder. Will Campbell, 13th pick in the draft. I got Will Campbell going number 13th. Number 14th in the draft, Amon Mimbu going number 14th. Mike Green, go number 15th. This is your 15th pick in the draft, Mike Green. With the 16th pick, Tyler Booker. The 17th pick is Jihad Campbell. And with the 18th pick Emeka Igbaka, wide receiver, Ohio State. The 19th pick, Nick Imoriari. The 20th pick, TTR, wide receiver, Arizona. Next one. With the 21st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado. I think Shedeur will fit in Pittsburgh. He's got to develop a few years and back up for Mason Rudolph. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, but I think it's going to be Rudolph, Thompson, and Shedeur is your quarterback staff for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Shedeur's going to go to the Steelers. He's going to drop 21st. But you know his odds are boosted up, but I think he's going to go. I think he fits well with the Steelers. The 22nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Mason Taylor. In the 23rd pick, I got Mikel Williams. Then after that, Gray Zabel from North Dakota State. No lineman. The 25th pick, Kelvin Banks Jr. The 26th pick, I got Malachi Starks. The 27th pick, Derek Hammond. And with the 28th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, I got, for the 20th pick on my board, Donovan Easy. So I got him going to, I got the BC guy. He's definitely going to go 28th in the draft. The 29th pick, James Pierce Jr. I got, well, and here we go. This one might surprise you guys. This next pick. With the 30th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Bishal Tootin, running back, Virginia Tech. Kind of biased there, kind of a Hokie fan, but I would love to see him go with the Bills, but I doubt it. But I think he'll at least go 30. Maybe the Bills. I'll admit, I might not do well on this one, but yeah, Tootin. I mean, I like Tootin might be a first rounder, but if not, definitely a third rounder. Cause I like to see what he does for the Bills. I mean, he's just so explosive. He's just fun to watch. He has a lot of 50-plus yard touchdowns over the past. You know, he's good as a kick returner, so he is gonna be good to watch. The 31st pick, I got Josh Simmons. And the final pick of the first round, Shavon Rivell Jr., East Carolina. But yeah, those are my draft picks. I mean, may have went a little too fast, but yeah, those are my picks. We'll see how Instagram does in this year's draft. Surprise you? We don't know. We'll find it. But I'm also looking forward to, like, you know, day 2 of the draft and day 3 because there'll be a lot of Hokies getting drafted though that time. Because you also got Antoine Powell-Ryland, most likely a third, fourth rounder. Pass rusher out of Virginia Tech. He's going to be a third or fourth rounder pick for sure. Transfer from Florida. He came from the Florida Gators. He's had to play a couple years at Virginia Tech. Yeah, those are probably his best years. I mean, Florida I thought was good years, but now, I mean, his years at Virginia Tech were some really productive. I've actually seen it in person at Syracuse. Seen it at the game at Syracuse. I mean, he's going to fit well wherever team he goes to for sure. Daquan Felton, the wide receiver out of Virginia Tech. He's in the draft this year. He declared for the draft. He's very tall, but it can really just a good playmaker. He really did well with Kyron Jones for 2 seasons. I mean, he's explosive. He's very tall. I mean, he got screwed in that Hail Mary call by the refs in the Virginia Tech Miami game. So I feel bad for him, but still, he's a tall receiver. He's a deep threat, but also he can just catch it over guys' heads. He's that tall. I mean, tallest Virginia Tech receiver we've had in a long time. Jalen Lane, he's very explosive. I'll tell you that. Jalen Lane is a playmaker. I will tell you that. He is a playmaker. But yeah, I'm interested what the Bills are gonna do. I mean, I'm my board I put Bishal Tootin, but I don't know if the Bills will actually get him, but you just never fucking know. I say the Bills are interested in a receiver, obviously, a defensive player, maybe O-line, but still, the defense and wide receiver, I mean, I think are at the top of their game. The running, I mean, I think they could draft a running back because we don't know what James Cook's future is going to hold after the 2020 season, you know. He's going to play this season, but the following season, we don't know what his future holds. He's already selling his house, I'm hearing, so I'm not sure what that situation is going to be like, obviously, you know. I mean, add some more weapons for Josh Allen, obviously. Also, just get some more defense, just in case guys get injured, you know. We just brought back Tre'Davious White this past week. I mean, last week, you know, we brought him back. So, I wonder what they're going to do. Steelers, you got to get a quarterback, I think, because Rodgers is just holding you hostage. Don't hesitate with Rodgers. Go after a young quarterback just in case you don't get him. Especially if Rodgers can't stay healthy, if Pittsburgh did get him. I would take a quarterback. I think Shador is the guy you possibly could fit in there, but also Jackson Dart could be on the mix. I think could be out there. Will Howard would be a good pick as well. Even Milroe. There are some quarterbacks that our Steelers are interested in the draft. I mean that's a dangerous. And you got Freiermuth and you got Jalen Ward in the passing game as a running back. So I wonder what they'll do. The Packers, who knows? They're still gonna be a one and done playoff, or maybe miss the playoffs, but who knows with them? The team I'm really interested in seeing drafting is probably good as the Patriots, I think, because they're building a team right now. They're building a good team over there. I mean, maybe the Texans. I think that could be an interesting one. The Falcons, boy, I'll tell you, last year's draft was pretty crazy. The Falcons, when they drafted Michael Penix Jr. over Kirk Cousins. I mean, then again, he started over Kirk Cousins late in the season. Who else is an interesting draft team? Anyone? And the Panthers, maybe, because the Panthers are trying to eventually build a good team.